Video loaded up. Props, huh? Oh. Mm-hmm. Hey, good morning, everybody. Are we ready to start 1 Million Cups? Well, happy Wednesday. Thanks for being here this morning. We've got a resident presenter today, and he's going to tell us all about C Surgeries later. But before we do that, I want to point out a few things here, like we do. Is this your first time? Has everybody been to 1 Million Cups before? I see a lot of familiar faces. So, okay, everyone, all right, so you all know what's going on. For the benefit of people who are watching online, we're going to watch a short video that kind of explains what 1 Million Cups is all about, and then we'll run through some more things to get started.
1 Million Cups is a weekly educational program developed by the Kauffman Foundation.
Over the years, we've added more cities. It creates a great energy here to see what's happening across the country.
What I've learned from other entrepreneurs is very, very valuable.
Sitting in a room with other people that have ideas too, it helps people to leave thinking, you know what? My idea is worth something. It's worth pursuing. It's worth going after it. Even if it looks like a challenge, I should still go out and try to do it.
Okay, so basically we're here to let entrepreneurs share their stories. We have this wonderful board over here to help you connect with us. If you're not already following us on Twitter or Facebook, we'd love to have you. And you can follow C Surgeries at C Surgeries on Twitter. If you would, we'd love for you guys to tweet at them, give them a little love, and help promote them being here today. Our sponsors are obviously the Kauffman Foundation, who puts this whole program together and provides us with tools to get speakers. The Innovation Hub for letting us do this here in this space, the ASB TDC, and Leva's Coffee. I hope you're all enjoying a cup of Leva's Coffee this morning. So with that, the only other thing, we have an app we would love to have you check in on. There's a 1 Million Cups app you can get on Android or iPhone or iOS, and you can check in and let us know you're here, and that you can also keep up with the past presenters and learn more about them that way. And with that, I think we'll introduce you to Scott Shellabarger. He is going to talk to us today about C Surgeries. All right, do you want to hold it or?
Put my coffee down. How's everybody doing today? Great. Who is a surgeon or a medical student? Raise your hand. Nobody. And who runs a major teaching institution for doctors? Raise your hand. Okay, great. So now I know who I'm presenting to. That'll help me out. So let me talk about C Surgeries. We are the future of surgical education. So let me see if this. Which button? Oh, wrong button. Am I pushing the wrong button? This button? Sorry. So there is a problem today if you talk to surgeons in the realm of surgical education. So a couple of those things are there are no surgical textbooks anymore. Fewer and fewer are getting published. So there's not really guides for medical students that are becoming surgeons. The libraries have changed. So like I said, there's no textbooks. It's really a hands-on training. So surgeons learn to be surgeons through sitting in the surgical theater and learning. Most surgeries happen with an endoscope now, or there's a very small, you see the surgical theater as this theater where all these kids are looking down, or these students are looking down on surgeries. That really doesn't happen that much. And when you do see that, you can't really see what's going on, so you're not learning much. So that's a big problem. Some other things are, there's a closed network of associations, organizations, and publications, medical journals. They all require subscriptions and costs to doctors. If you want to see any of these articles, you have to pay. Or join these associations. And when you're a medical student, you really can't afford to join all these associations. So what we're trying to do at C Surgeries is we want to be the most comprehensive quality source of peer-reviewed surgical video journals and documentation in the world, okay? We want to be open source to all surgeons, all medical students, any professional that's in the surgical field. So if you go out to our site today, we don't ask you to subscribe. We don't ask for any money. You basically get a search box and you can search for a surgical procedure and you can see a video of it. Now, granted, they're pretty graphic, so just be warned. So what sets us apart from other things? So you can already find surgical videos, a huge amount of surgical videos on things like YouTube, Vimeo, other medical sites, companies that have medical equipment. The problem is there's not really a standard. Surgical videos range from 3 or 4 minutes long to 2 or 3 hours long. There's not really any documentation to go with them, or there's a lot of documentation to go with them. Some of them are very high quality, have bookmarks in them, so you can kind of go from chapter to chapter in the video, and some of them don't. So what we do at C Surgeries is we have documentation standards. So every surgical video that's submitted, we require an abstract that has basically all the educational information for medical students and surgeons to go with that video. We ask that the videos only be 5 minutes or less. So what I found, I'm not a doctor, and I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, for those of you that hear that joke. But doctors have very short attention spans. So you can't show them an hour-long video, they're not gonna watch it. 5 minutes with the highlights, what they need to know, that's what they want. So our videos need to be 5 minutes or under. We review all videos, peer reviewed. So we have 147 surgeons, academically renowned surgeons around the world that actually review our videos before they're published. So it's not like you can go in your garage and film your own video and put it on the site and get it reviewed and or get it published. We have a quality review process, very similar to any kind of other medical publication. We get DOI numbers for all of our videos. So a doctor who submits the video or a medical student, they can put it on their CV. So they can use it when they apply for fellowships, when they apply for jobs. It's something that they can use in their practice if they do tonsillectomies and they want to show their patients, you know, here's what we're going to actually do. They can use that. It's all, since it's free, it's open to everyone. They can use that as well. And we have a global community. So it's not just in the United States. We have participating doctors in India, in Brazil, in the UK, Canada. There's a lot. So we're trying to build this kind of global community, which doesn't exist today. It's all very US-based organizations. And we want to kind of open up education for surgeons. Next. All right, so I talked about our review board, our 140 something surgeons. What we've done that's a bit different than most startups that are in this space is we kind of started with the academic surgeons, and we started with this guy right here, Dr. Gerald Healy. If all surgeons are really, they all want to be the rock star, just like we all want to be a rock star, right? And how you be a rock star in surgery is you get the cred by being presidents of associations and getting all of these wonderful emeritus titles. And this guy is the real deal. He's awesome. He's a 72-year-old practicing physician at Harvard Medical. He teaches. He's head of the otolaryngology department, and he's been the past president of the American College of Surgeons for two terms. So everybody knows him. So we got him first. And then we got him to recruit our chief and section editors. So our chief editors in all of our other specialties, which we have 14, he went out and recruited them, and they are the leaders in their specialty for, you know, OBGYN and plastics and orthopedics, that kind of thing. So that's how we got those 150 surgeon leaders. And we're owned and operated by surgeons. So other than me, most everyone involved is a surgeon. So we have Deepak Gresham, who's here at Children's Hospital and UAMS, and that's how we kind of got. I've been involved for this for less than a year, but probably a year ago, not to the day, he presented C Surgeries at Million Cups, and that's how we kind of got going. And Raul Shah, who's at National Health Systems in Washington, D.C. So here's our milestones, because Million Cups is all about startups, right? So this is how this company started. Started in 2014. That editor board and everything, key milestone, 2015 spring, we got all those guys together. We got Dr. Healy involved. We started building our peer review surgeon panels. Then I'll skip down to they hired me last summer. They didn't really have a revenue model, how they were gonna make money, how they were gonna keep it going. So I kind of came on and figured that out, and actually fall of last year, we actually started generating revenue, which is awesome. And we should be to a point where this year we'll actually be profitable, which will be awesome. We are visited in the last 30 days by, like I said, we want to have a global focus. We were visited by 133 countries in the last 30 days. Pretty good, huh? India, United States, Brazil we get a lot of videos from Brazil. We actually got, there's a plastic surgeon in Brazil, Dove Gutenberg. He submitted 4 videos a month ago, so that's driving our Brazil hits up. We are used, so this is a bad slide, but these are all the medical institutions that actually visit the site. So, and they're not just the United States. University of Dundee, the University of Björn. I mean, you can see there's quite a bit. There's over 100. And this is in the last 30 days as well. Next slide. And these are another 100 list. These are actually institutions that are submitting videos to the site. So these are all the medical schools that actually have videos on our site today, which is pretty cool. And you'll see there's lots of names in there, not all from the United States. University of Israel. I don't know, you guys can see some other ones. But that, I like that. That's a lot of a neat stuff going on. And we're growing organically. So these numbers just keep growing. We're visited by about 150 unique visits every day. So what's next? So we have these channels. So our sales channels, our growth channels are in 3 different areas. The EDUs, which are the institutions that teach these surgeons. Associations, so all the associations like the American College of Surgeons, the American Pediatric Surgeons Association. There's more associations related to surgery than you could probably even count. And then vendors. So vendors that make medical equipment. There are 800 different vendors that make equipment for surgeries. And so those are who we're after. We are planning on releasing an online textbook. So like I said, there's no textbooks. Really, the reason there's no textbooks is you can't look at a surgery in pictures. You need to see video. So we are working on an online textbook. We're working on the first chapter right now, which will be in pediatric otolaryngology. And that should be done hopefully sometime this year. And then it's just a matter of recruiting other surgeons to do other chapters. We are working on CME training. You guys know what CME is? Continued medical education. So doctors have to have so many hours of continued medical education. We have these 5-minute videos. That video can get a surgeon or a doctor 15 minutes of CME credit. So we're looking at seeing how do we get into that field, and we can actually charge. We'll actually charge for that. And then student groups. What we found in the last couple of months is that the people that record these videos, the surgeons do the procedures, but the people that record and edit the videos are actually medical students on a surgical track. So as a little experiment, I started 2 meetups. You guys know what meetups are, right? I started 2 meetups, one in Houston and one in Little Rock just last week. I have 12 students at the med school in Houston, and I have 10 here in Little Rock that are signed up. So we're going to connect the students that want to work with these academic surgeons to create more videos, to curate more videos. We also are continuing to grow our video catalog. We get anywhere from 2 to 5 videos a week that get published. We're kind of we made a task list where we want to document all the top 10 surgical procedures in every specialty, subspecialty by the end of the year. So that's what we've given our chief and section editors to go out and get, and we're making pretty good progress on that. And we want to continue to grow our footprint. Like I said, we're currently at about 150 unique visitors daily. We want to get more. We also are thinking about next year, once we have this catalog of surgeries, we'll have this data with, obviously we have the data to go with the surgeries themselves. And we have the instrumentation that's used to go with these surgeries. We could probably sell that data set to somebody like Epic, or somebody who may want to provide that data to patients at hospitals, or nurses at hospitals, or anybody at hospitals. So we're thinking about how we can monetize there. So that's what's up next for us. So we're free, right? So you guys are all thinking, how do we make money, right? Good. Yeah, I always been thinking that too. So we actually we partner, like I said, with these EDUs, these associations, and these vendors, and we charge them. So those 800 medical companies that have products that are in surgeries, when a surgeon films a video, one of the things we ask them is, what instrumentation are they using? So they'll tell us it's a Da Vinci robotic arm, okay? So now I have a video that has that robotic arm in it. I then go to Da Vinci and I say, hey, by the way, I have 33 videos with your product in them. Would you like to provide the product information right there next to the academic information? So not ads, but like, here's white papers on our product. Here's instructional manuals. Here's how do you contact your sales rep, all of that. And that's what we sell to them, is an opportunity to market their product while surgeons are looking at their product or in a video. And that's where we've actually made sales. The online book, like I said, the other thing that we're doing is we're partnering with, this is in the works. Most endoscopic videos are easy. They're all filmed anyway by the hospitals. But when you do an open case, so there's no video camera, you need something to film a video. And most of our videos on the site today, it's funny, the choice is surgeons have tried a Google Glass, they've tried GoPro, they've tried the little glasses that have the camera on the side of them that you buy on Amazon for $100. There's nothing that really works for filming an open case. So we have this camera we're working with. We're partnering with a company out of St. Paul in Germany that make this in Germany. And this will actually let you film an open case video. So this is cool. This is our plastics guys, our oral maxillofacial surgeons. They want this. And so I showed this to some doctors at a children's hospital yesterday, and I had to beat them down because they wanted to steal it from me because they wanted to use it like right then, and I needed to get some things ready for it. But we'll actually use this probably in Children's Hospital next week to film some cases, some plastic cases and some ENT cases. So that's exciting. But the way we'll make money on this is we will actually be a sales partner for this company. So we'll get a percentage of the sales for those cameras, and that'll help us grow our videos. So, and then obviously the CME stuff we talked about, the continuing medical education. So that's it. If you guys want to know more, there's my email address. You can always just tweet to us too. We have people that monitor Twitter on a hourly basis. So we reach out to vendors that way. Any questions? Nor am I.
So I guess you're going through, you kind of mentioned how you would take a classic case and do those videos and then stuff. I guess like different, I don't know, whatever's unique to that case.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering, like, how do you limit or determine like how many videos
We don't limit it. No, we actually, if you go to our site right now, I think there's probably 5 tonsillectomy videos, and they're all different how you can do a tonsillectomy. You can cut it off, you can grind it off, you can, it's amazing how many times. Right. Yeah, the way that you do the way you do a procedure for somebody that's morbidly obese or has diabetes is totally different than the way you do it for somebody else. So yeah, so you met, and I came in with the thought that it was very, very easy that we could just document. There are like 5,832 CPT codes. You guys know what CPT codes are? CPT codes are how doctors bill for procedures. And I thought, okay, simple. Once we get those done, we're done, right? No, not necessarily, because you could use, not to mention all the different cases and the patients are different, but the tools that you can use. I'm going to use a laser. I'm going to use a cauterizer. I'm going to use a scalpel. So we're going to have a lot of duplication, but I think that's kind of the cool thing. You're going to see how, a surgeon at a specific hospital does it, right? So any other questions?
From a compliance standpoint, the videos are being submitted, so how do you guys ensure that proper releases are inside?
So more like this? Sorry. Okay, so compliance issues. So make sure the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted. We require that most of the surgeons have to do that, and we basically have an agreement that says you have got approval from your institution and you actually have patient consent to publish this video, and we make them click through that basically. One of the other things that surgeons have we also let them use the videos for anything else. So most other publications, once you give them something, they basically say, sorry, you can't use it for anything else. If they want to put it on their own YouTube channel or their own Vimeo channel, or they want to do it, it's kind of their content. So we want them to share it the whole point is sharing, not being controlling and hiding the content from everybody. So any other? Actually, those 3 gentlemen that I showed you earlier, they came up with the idea, and they're practicing academic surgeons. So they just they saw a real need in it.
So the guy at Harvard,
Deepak, who's in Baylor, Houston, Gresham, who is at Children's Hospital and UAMS here, and then Raul, who's at Children's National in DC. They're all ENT doctors, ear, nose, throat, otolaryngology. So they thought of this idea, and we have a ton of videos in that specialty, obviously, but we're growing in the other specialties.
their idea, when they told you the idea, that they say to themselves, or say to you, the reason we're doing this is we have nothing to teach them.
Correct.
Because you can only get X amount of classes to go on.
Right.
Usually it's all residents and students.
Well, and even if you are in the OR and you're standing right here and this is happening, the surgeons there, their hands are in the way. What are you going to see? If you don't see it on the screen. Yeah.
So how do they contact you?
So it's all a Million Cups story. So I came to Million Cups a year ago. I was actually just kind of, I attend a lot of them, and Gresham presented and said, we have this great product. We have some videos. And by the way, we have about 300 videos now. I didn't throw that out there. And he said, we have this great product. We just don't know how to make money on it. So we had coffee at Community Bakery and chatted while I was taking my family to Europe over the summer, and just kind of back and forth and back and forth. And they said, well, how do you want to help us? And I said, sure, I'll help you, because I believe in open education. So
Then the question is, how do you all
I'm a member at the Innovation Hub.
the surgeon? You said you had somebody come present last year.
Yes.
Who presented?
Gresham.
Why was he here?
He presented the 1 Million Cups.
I get that, but why?
Because he was asked by somebody, I think, at the Venture Center, where it was. Yeah. Yeah. He does. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So you mentioned that they can start getting credit, education credit, or education credit. Are you going to get into like a testing of the knowledge?
Yeah. So the way that CME works is, so she asked if the continuing education credit. So, so we have a VP of education who is, he's wrapping up his PhD in medical education from Harvard this month, and he will be kind of the owner of that. We will probably partner with someone that has CME credit already, accreditation, because it takes about 2 years to get. But we've already talked to UAMS; they have accreditation. So basically, every video is worth 15 minutes of accreditation, and we can ask them 3 questions. So we'll basically take all the videos that we think qualify, and we will take those. We'll generate 3 questions. Eric will approve them. At that point, people do have user accounts. So we'd request you to have a user account for that.
Does CME kind of work like continuing legal education, where there's different state agencies that you have to get credit through?
I do believe, So CME, does it work like the legal CME? Yes, it sure does. It's the same. It does have to be approved. Yes, CME has to be approved.
You have to have it approved in whatever organization you're paying for. So it's the surgeons or whatever, have to get approval from them, and then once this person does that, then they get their credit.
Right. So the question is, does it have to be approved? And CME does have to be approved by whoever the accreditor is. So if we partnered with someone like UAMS or any other, or Harvard or whoever holds that accreditation, they would approve each one of those. We would submit that video and the questions. They would approve it, and they would actually issue the accreditation. Actually, it's pretty standard. It takes about 7 or 8 days, I think, to get approval from what we're.
And they're getting their approval from like the American Board of Surgeons.
Right.
Of course, it's hard.
Right.
Because you're getting board certified, and that's what the CME is for.
Yeah. Yes, it's to keep your CMEs to keep your certification up.
So these guys are surgeons, probably not video editors. People who don't have access to students who have listening of video editing. Do you have any support for those people to bring in other doctors like Victoria or an in-house service?
To help. So do we have support for video editing to help them? We're working on that. That's where the student stuff kind of helps. If we just partnered with the International, and I'm going to get it wrong, International Journal of Surgical Students out of South Africa. So we hope that we can get students that are a little more tech savvy, and if they need help. And we're talking 5-minute videos. So, you're not making a You're not making a. No, a lot of procedures are 4 hours, 8 hours. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So the interesting thing, so this camera is pretty neat. Has a foot pedal. So they can stop and start where they want to, and they can take snapshots with the foot pedal for this camera. So for the open cases, this will make it a lot easier. No, it is not. It has to have a wire that runs behind the surgeon's head. And it will most likely it'll connect to a headlamp because most of them wear a headlamp and loops. So with that, probably not. With the endoscopy that the endoscope they use now, they do, and they probably are going to give it to a nurse or a medical student to do, and they're going to say, "Hey, stop here," and because they're not going to do it. They're just too busy. I mean, they're saving lives. They're helping people. And that's one of the problems with the education too, is surgeons work. Most teaching surgeons are working surgeons. So it gets harder and harder to get part of their time. And so this should help.
There's another group you can go for. That's the pre-medical students. Somehow to get hold of them.
Yeah, so
they can see these, and one of the most important things, well, and this would be dental or anybody, but in this case, it's obviously medical surgery. Seeing this, they change their mind or make it confirm what they want.
Yeah, so
Because they have no other link to this.
Yeah, so getting even pre-med students involved. Yeah, actually, our intern that does all our tweets is a pre-med student at Euler here. Huh? Her name is Zora. I won't give you their last name without her permission. She is a student. She's a junior at Euler, and she's great. She tweets. And we're about to do one thing that we're setting up right now is Dr. Healy. We're going to do a Twitter chat with Dr. Healy in the coming months, so that people that don't have access to him will have access to him via Twitter for an hour and ask him questions. So that's a cool thing we're going to start with all of our surgeons, is try to get. Yes, you can submit comments, questions, rate it, just like on YouTube or anything, any other video hosting. So. Great questions. Thanks, guys.
All right, Scott. You know the drill.
What? Oh.
Here, thanks for now. You know the drill. Now is our time to help you. You get to ask, what is one thing that we can do for C Surgeries that would really help you guys out?
Just go take a look at the site. If you have any questions, concerns, any doctors, I like opinions from anybody, feedback from anybody, positive, negative, whatever it is. The other thing is, if you have an idea or you have a business, and you're here, you need to get up here. We need to do some role reversal. So this only keeps going if people participate. So I'd like everybody to if you haven't been up here and talked, get up here and talk. So.
Look at that. You're giving back to us too. All right, well, everybody, let's give Scott a round of applause. Thank you so much for coming today. All right, I hope that you'll join us next week. Next week we have Holly Herlocker. Is that correct, Aaron? All right. There. Yes. Yeah, she's going to present for us next week. So please come back and support her presentation. And like Scott said, if you're operating a business that's, in the newer stages, 3 to 5 years, we would love to. Yeah. Or an idea, right? Yeah. If you have an idea you've been developing and you'd like to pitch it, kind of tell your story of how this is how it's going. Yeah, definitely get with myself, Aaron, or Jared. We'd be happy to chat with you about that. All right. Well, enjoy another cup of coffee and have a good day.